Thank you for joining us for our special time to focus on 4 of the very special qualities of Advent: hope, love, joy, and peace. Over these next few weeks, Pastor Sam and I will share some little bit of information about what each of those mean. Hope is something that is critical to having a life that is filled with purpose. When you lose hope, you lose life. Losing hope is like losing breath to everything inside of us. There's no reason to go on. There's no purpose to move forward. Sometimes, though, we have to find our hope in the future before we can realize it in the present. Hope is not waiting for something that's going on now. Hope is looking forward to something that is promised to us. In the Old Testament, we read about the promise of the coming Messiah. That Messiah we know is Jesus Christ. That Messiah was coming, and there were certain things that had to be fulfilled before his coming would occur. The prophets began to speak over and over about this Messiah and how he was going to lead them out of bondage and how he was going to bring great qualities to their life and how that he would bring a new world together. There was so much hope in that. But how do you keep hope together for 100 years, for 200 years, for 300 years? You keep it together because there were signs along the way that hope was going to be realized. You know, hope in itself is the energy that we find, it's where we find our energy for living. When there is that energy, we move forward even in the darkest of days because we know that around the corner, down the road, soon there's going to be a change. So what do you look for in your hope? Is your hope in the amount of money you have in the bank? Is your hope in a political party? Is your hope that somehow a miracle is going to happen with no real reason for it to? Or is your hope in a person? You know, over in the book of Psalms, listen to this. No king is saved by the size of his army. No warrior escapes by his great strength. A horse's vain hope for deliverance, despite all its strength, it cannot save. But the eyes of the Lord are on those who fear him, on those whose hope is his unfailing love to deliver them from death and keep them alive, even in famine. We wait in hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. May your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in you. Our hope is in Jesus Christ. We now look back at the coming of Christ, but we must consider that this celebration at Christmas is to remember the hope that burned in the hearts of those individuals for the Messiah that was coming, the one born in Bethlehem, the one that was to be the Savior of the world. His name was to be called Emmanuel, God with us. May your hope this Christmas be in a loving God and a faithful Christ. Have hope.